everyone. Sorry for the delay. We're having some problems with Jill's sound, but Jill, we should have you now, I believe.
I think I'm here at last. Yes, sorry about that.
No, don't worry about it at all. Welcome everyone to our Power of TV, Harnessing the Power of TV and Marketing session. Really excited about this one. We're going to be covering all sorts of things, including why TV, why use TV, why use it now. We're going to be talking about how to use TV, so talking about all the different gastronomic experiences for different types of clients and how to market those experiences. We're going to be including tips for using platforms like newsletters, social media, and events. And towards the end of the session, we will cover the when. So when should you be communicating this information to your clients and at what stage of the customer journey? Very excitingly, we do also have a couple of trailers to show you from Jimmy's Taste of Florida, which is the brand new TV series that we've been talking about this afternoon and will be very shortly as well. And there should be some success stories as well of how marketing, using TV in marketing has really driven success. If you have any questions about any of the topics that we're talking about, as usual, please do type them in the chat. Jill and I will get to them as we go and answer them as and when. So Jill, first question, why is TV such a powerful marketing tool? Why are we speaking about it today?
Oh, well, I mean, it's the rich format of TV, really. It's the storytelling, the audience. It allows to get key messages across and change perceptions in a much more subtle way than any paid media could ever do. I mean, everybody watches TV, don't they? So, and engaging a household name for us to really sell the destination from their own travel experience was something I think we can all relate to. Set jetting is a trend which was established in 2023, although I think it's always been there. I think it's just got a name now, where people watch their favourite programmes on the TV and they want to be there and they want to experience it. So it's really captured the imagination of travellers worldwide. TV shows and films wield substantial influence and they surpass the impact of social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, podcasts and stuff. So we thought we would give it a go. I mean, it's really well documented that when there's a successful TV show, searches online go up for that destination, massively. So there was an Expedia report that talked about Emily in Paris. After that season had finished, searches went up 200%. Ted Lasso, believe it or not, series 3, 350% searches for Richmond went up. I don't know how from what base, but anyway. And Chicago, the Bear, searches for Chicago went up about 45% when that aired. I mean, I know those are stories on, they're series on a location, but travel logs have the same sort of success as well. So we wanted a piece of that pie, really, Maddie, and also to help not just viewers be inspired, but also for agents to take some of that content as well and help them as well.
Fantastic. That's really exciting. And what would you say, Jimmy's Taste of Florida, why is it such a good opportunity for travel agents to sell more holidays to Florida? What is it going to do for the destination, do you think?
Well, I think, we keep saying the same thing, that we want to get people to, there's so much more to Florida than just the theme park. So we've got a 5-part series, and I think Jimmy rides a roller coaster in, I think it's episode 3. No, it's not, it's episode 5, sorry. He goes from Orlando to Miami on the Bright Line, but he spends 5 minutes in the park, and we've got 5 episodes that show everything else. So he goes to 10 different locations around the state, and we're hoping that agents can harness that content, talk about it to their prospective customers. Did you see that when he did this? And the fact that it's on ITVX as well means that we can get people excited and they can go back and watch those things, watch those different destinations. As I say, he does so many different things. He meets an astronaut at Kennedy. He tries his hand at being a cowboy in Polk County in Central Florida. He does a bit of sustainable fishing in Anna Maria Island. So, the length and breadth of the state, and lots of different experiences as well, and not ones that you would expect. So yeah, we're really, really excited about it, as you can tell.
Fantastic. Now we are going to play a trailer, but just before we do, how would you say is the best way for agents to tap into these trends that run alongside the show? I'm talking about all these kind of off-beaten track adventures and the gastronomic experiences Jimmy has
Yeah.
over there.
I feel like, oh, sorry, Maddie.
No, it's all right. I finished my question. I was only going to repeat myself. Go for it.
I feel like I'm probably echoing some of the advice that Scott and Luke gave in the last session, but I think it's about watching the series yourself, getting excited about it and inspired by it, but then asking the customer what they like to do in their spare time and on their holiday, and perhaps relating that to one of the episodes for a start. Find that hook, find that thing that they really like doing, and then say, did you know that you could do that? And actually, you can see Jimmy Doherty doing that on this wonderful series. You can take some of the clips and maybe put them into some of your onto your social media. We've got some social media assets that we can share as well. If anybody wants to contact me directly, I can send those over. So it's about finding what really makes the customer tick and then relating that back in a way that they can sit and watch that in their spare time and really imagine themselves in the destination doing the same sort of things.
Fantastic. Okay, so let's take a look at the trailer for episode 1 of Jimmy's Taste of Florida.
Welcome to Florida! Southern caviar.
Southern caviar?
Yeah, boiled peanuts.
Wow, absolutely delicious.
Thank you.
It's like once you get started, you can't stop.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy, how's the fried chicken?
The best!
The best.
This is our fresh shucked oysters.
Wow.
My only complaint is my mouth isn't big enough.
Oh.
Can I taste it?
Sure. You didn't put anything in it, but you can taste it.
Oh, so delicious. All there is to do now is enjoy the sunset.
I knew this session was going to make me hungry.
It makes me giggle every time I see those trailers because I was lucky enough to be able to go out with the crew for some of the filming. So I know what was going on behind the scenes some of the time. So I'm always like,
Fantastic. And the second trailer that we're going to play you later on the session, you might just catch a glimpse of Jill in that. So keep your eyes peeled.
no.
Great. So on to the how to harness the power of TV
Yeah.
marketing. How would you say agents should go about selecting the right experiences to promote, also to suggest to their clients?
I think again, it's about getting to know your customer. What interests them at home? What do they do in their spare time at the weekend? Who are they traveling with? Does everyone like the same things? What are they looking for in a holiday? Is it experiences, culture, nature, a chance to chill? Once you know that. Finding out what the client's expectations are from the outset and how they live their life at home then helps you to match up the holiday. I mean, just a silly thing and it's not about the TV, but I always think about a car. If you ask somebody what car they drive at home, if they drive an SUV at home and then you put them in a Group A car, to save them money, that's probably not what they're expecting. So there's a chance to upgrade the car there, the same as with restaurant choices, for example. What do they like to eat at home? What are their favorite restaurants at home? Then whether they like a formal experience or a more relaxed experience. And you can, if they prefer to cook at home, then perhaps self-catering or a private villa or a private home is more of an option for them. So I think it really is getting under the skin of the customer in the first place. And then I would say look at trends in your local area as well with different client demographics. So are there any events in the local area that might tie in with some of the themes from the TV? I don't know, if there's a country show, for example, could you promote where Jimmy's visits a ranch and tries his hand as a cowboy, or if you're aware of a seafood festival or similar, could you use the episode where Jimmy talks to Ed Charles about sustainable seafood? Look for those local hooks and relate them to the show, and unashamedly use it to your advantage to promote Florida. This is something that we've invested in, but hopefully will help everybody to get to their end goal of getting more people to experience the Sunshine State.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jill. That's really helpful. I know asking the right questions is a skill that all agents are honing themselves. So some great tips there. Thank you. Talking specifically about different types of client, because obviously, as you just said, different types of client will have different interests. Should we run through a few different client types, and maybe you could recommend some of the gastronomic experiences in the show that agents might want to recommend to those types of clients? Should we start with couples?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Anna Maria Island, I would say, is my out of all of the places that he visited, Anna Maria Island is probably one of the loveliest places for couples. You're talking like beautiful sunsets on the Gulf Coast of Mexico, that laid back beach vibe, and the restaurants there are all on the beach. There's some really lovely romantic places to eat, and it's just a really lovely place to be. So I would definitely recommend Anna Maria.
Okay, great. And what about families? Obviously, Florida's huge for the family market.
Well, everywhere. But Jimmy does on the episode 5. He's in Orlando. He goes to Universal. He experiences the Velocicoaster there. But also, I think St. Pete and Tampa are really good family options. There's so much to see and do in the city, and the family-friendly beach areas down in St. Pete's with their gentle shelving sand and the gentle current down there makes it a really good family option. But then, having said that, I'm just thinking about Panama City Beach as well, up in the northwest, which is where Jimmy visits the donut shop and gets to make donuts. That's a great one for families as well. And Panama City Beach is a great place for families. Lots and lots to see and do there as well.
Yeah, we can't go wrong with a donut, can you?
Thomas's Donuts. That's why I got Jimmy and Tommy mixed up then.
And what about groups? So these could be more generational groups or groups of friends around the same age. What recommendations do you have them?
You can't beat Orlando, I don't think, for groups. It's the theme parks have everything, but also the entertainment districts in Orlando mean that you're never, you're spoilt for choice in what to do. I know it's difficult sometimes with groups because one person wants to see something and another person wants to go somewhere else, but Orlando has it all for groups of friends for sure.
Okay. Solo travelers. I don't know how large the solo traveler market is, Florida actually. What experiences would you recommend? What experiences would you recommend for them that you've seen in the show?
It's not huge. About 5% of UK customers are travelling solo, but I'd say somewhere like New Smyrna Beach would be a great one for solo travellers. It's got a great vibe. It's very local and buzzy, but without being intimidating in any way. It's a bit like a mini Key West, but it's only an hour from Orlando. So again, you could fly into Orlando, pick up a car or book a transfer, and you could be out there on the beach. Jimmy does a surfing lesson there, and he also visits a rum distillery. So lots of gastronomic options there as well.
Fantastic. And what about the luxury market? What are those high-end dining experiences that Jimmy got the chance to sample for himself?
Yeah, he goes to a Michelin restaurant, Suzuki in Orlando, and he has a go at rolling sushi, very unsuccessfully, I would say. We have 19 Michelin star restaurants now across Orlando, Miami, and Tampa, but we have pockets of luxury all over the state. There's brands like the Soho House and the Bulgari, which are opening establishments on Miami Beach. So Miami Beach would probably be the obvious choice, but there's some incredible independent luxury hotels all around Florida as well. Somewhere like the Henderson Grand, which is in Destin in the Northwest, is one of my personal favorites. And also the Art Hotel in Sarasota, downtown Sarasota, which is a beautiful hotel. Lots of exclusive art there, and you're in that cultural hub of Sarasota. So another great one for luxury travellers.
Okay, brilliant. Next up on my list is the LGBT plus community. Obviously, all dining experiences are for everyone. But what about destinations? Which destinations do you recommend?
I think Miami would probably, out of all of the places that Jimmy visited, probably the best LGBTQ destination. It's so rich with diversity and culture, and it has amazing nightlife as well. Jimmy did a food tour of Little Havana while he was in Miami, Little Havana is the largest Cuban community in the United States, and it feels like you've actually gone to Havana when you get there. Gabriella, the guide there, was just fantastic. Took him around a few different food stalls, finishing in the Ball and Chain, which is a salsa, a very, very famous bar with live music, lively all the time. It's wonderful. I think that would really suit people from that community.
Great. And I know Florida has tons of restaurants that are accessible for those with additional mobility needs. Are there any in the show that you'd be keen to highlight?
There isn't there isn't anything specifically in the program, but Florida is extremely accessible for all travellers, and it's something that we are really, really proud to promote. The accessibility hub on our website has loads of suggestions about restaurants and attractions that cater particularly well for travellers with additional needs.
Okay, great. And what about vegan, vegetarian, gluten-free? There's kind of niche markets that are growing hugely these days.
Absolutely. Again, not specifically on the show, although he does do in Central Florida. One of his cooks is an amazing citrus Florida-inspired salad, which is vegetarian, but it's also delicious. But most restaurants cater for all dietary requirements, with vegetarian and vegan options featuring on most menus today. A quick Google search will give you a whole host of vegetarian and vegan restaurants in all the main cities and beach destinations. As always, it's obvious, really. Check the menus online, and if your customer has any allergies, urge them to talk to establishments before they go, or at least before serving. But Florida's food scene definitely caters for all of those as well. I've just been on a fam trip with, I think every single person had a different dietary requirement, and they didn't go hungry.
Amazing. It's great to hear. Before we play you this second trailer, we've got a couple of questions in the chat. Did Jimmy go to Naples? Do we know, Jill?
He didn't go to Naples, actually. On the Gulf Coast, he went to Tampa, St. Pete, and Anna Maria Island.
That's next season, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, and just another one from Holly in here. She's asking about how long do you recommend a visitor stays on Anna Maria Island? She's got a customer who's looking at options after a stay in Orlando.
I would say at least 4 or 5 nights. Once you've got down there, you need a couple of days just to chill, and then you'll get into that slower pace of life. So there's, you can get out from there as well. There's lots to do in Bradenton. 4 nights at least.
Fantastic. Okay, let's take a look at the trailer for episode 5. And remember, keep your eyes peeled for Jill.
Red snapper curry with a bit of bite. Get your jaws around that. It's probably his cousin.
Would you like to make some sushi?
Go on, yes, have a go.
All right.
Mine's all falling to bits. It's Miami's Little Havana. It's like a city within a city, a real taste of Cuba. Cheers.
Cheers.
What a privilege to be so close to a wild animal, and on top of that, the apex predator of the Everglades.
Look at these beauties. My spicy catfish subs. What do you think, guys? Yeah!
Amazing. It looks like he had so much fun.
He did. We all did, actually. It was, It's a really, really great experience. Like I say, it was on live every day last week. We are hoping that it's going to be repeated at the weekends sometime soon, but it's all there on ITVX as well for anybody to stream whenever they want to see it.
Fantastic. We do still have a few more questions to go. We've only got 4 minutes, so we might have to whiz through these at a relevantly fast speed. What are the different channels that agents can market Florida's gastronomic experiences on? What channels would you recommend?
I mean, any channel that's available to you, really. Social media, you can do it through your social media channels. I would also look at digital marketing, maybe e-blasts, etc. You can always, your window displays, whatever. The great thing as well is that the program will be hosted on our YouTube channel very soon, our Visit Florida YouTube channel, so you can share links to the program as well. Use it to your advantage. We really, really want to for you to unashamedly push Florida through Jimmy's Taste of Florida.
Do you have any tangible tips that you can pass on to agents for marketing on those different channels?
I would say just think about the different local, just really think about the links, the hooks. So I don't know, I'm talking about things retrospectively, but last week was Pancake Day, for example. So maybe link that in somehow. If there are any local events or, local interest groups that might make it relevant, just you don't need a lot, just a tiny little hook and then get that mention in.
Exactly. Fantastic. We did say we'd talk about the when as well. When is the best time to introduce these marketing pushes to clients? Where would you say they fit in best in terms of the customer journey?
I think probably the obvious thing is at the inspiration stage, the inspiration stage right at the beginning of the customer journey. Once you've established what a customer likes to do, it might be that somebody's never ever thought of Florida before because they think it's only theme parks and for families. So, show them show them the TV show or get them to watch the TV show to see those different experiences. But you could always also use it to close the deal or as an upsell as well. Once the client has booked their holiday to Florida, show them the different experiences, and then you can add on you can add on some of those experiences, those pre-bookable experiences as well. Maybe even when they've come home, send them a welcome home letter and say, here's a reminder of a wonderful trip. Do you want to do it all over again? So I think if you get clever with it, you can use it at any stage, really.
Okay, fantastic. Do you have any examples to share of previous marketing campaigns that have really successfully harnessed that power of TV in their marketing?
I was thinking about this, and I not really. It's more about how when you see TV, you just know that it's gonna. If you can put a post out to that, you can make a success of it. I mean, I'm not going to lie. When we saw Race Across the World with Canada last year, we couldn't help wishing that was the USA. It really, really helped the profile of Canada. So I would say it's more about looking at the TV listings, not just Our Taste of Florida, but anything else that you can relate to. I'll be honest with you, there's lots of there's other taste of different places in the series as well, but I'm not going to mention them here. So have a look at that and think how you can relate that to your client.
Amazing. Thank you, Jill. We've reached 3:30, so that's all we've got time for.
I'm so sorry I was late to the party.
No, don't worry about it. I'm sorry we were rushed, but thank you for your time. It's really valuable insights. Hopefully agents taking away lots of top tips for their marketing.
And they can anybody can always contact me if they need assets or anything like that. They've got my email address and stuff.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you.
Viewers, thank you. Thanks, Jill. Viewers, we will now move on to our first destination training session of the showcase. So look out for those questions in the polls tab for the chance to win prizes. And let's hear from Amelia Island.